there's always preconceptions about someone who is in the public eye, and I think that's only natural, but they don't concern me. I am who I am, and people have a lot of conceptions about my image, which is something quite different from what I am. And I really like the idea of my work speaking for me, not me speaking for me. I think my work says a lot more interesting stuff than I ever could, and it's more eloquent, and that's what I feel I have to offer the world. I don't feel that what I have to say personally is that interesting, and it's not something that I have enthusiasm about. It's not fun for me. I don't really enjoy it. Whereas working on music and experimenting with film are things that I get so much pleasure out of, and I love working with the people that I get a chance to meet through it. It's very exciting, and it feels like it has purpose to me. So people's conceptions of what I am, in a way, that's their problem and not mine.
Then-headed people hit me in a soft spot. Then-headed people help me. Then-headed people hit me in a soft spot. Rolling the ball, rolling the ball, rolling the ball to me. Rolling the ball, rolling the ball, rolling the ball to me.
Are you an aggressive business person? We hear stories that on the first album, a very young Kate Bush insisted Wuthering Heights be the first single against some resistance. Is that true, and are you, in fact, very aggressive about your business?
I don't know if I'm aggressive about my business, but I do, a lot of the time, feel strongly about what I want or how I want to see it presented. It is an expression of me at some point, and it seems wrong that as soon as it goes out into the world it should leave me and my expression behind. Wuthering Heights, I felt, was a much more interesting single than perhaps some that were being suggested at that time, and I just felt it was a good idea at the time to hang out for it. I did feel strongly about it.
It certainly paid off. Number one record in the UK, yes, indeed.
Bad dreams in the night. He told me I was going to lose the fight. Leave behind my walking through the high beat. See, I can't see, I can't hold my soul. Let me know. Easy. See, I can't see, I can't hold my soul. Let me know.
When I was first writing, it was all my brother's music, really, because I was very young. I suppose about 11 or 12. I used to just sort of tinkle around with this. My father had this old organ out in the barn, this church organ, and all the mice used to eat the stops. So each day there'd be one less because they'd have chewed their way through it. Sort of. And I eventually moved on into the piano in the house. And really, until I got to about 13, I suppose, I wasn't actually, getting... My brothers also had this huge store of old singles that they'd collected, and that was brilliant because I could hear all these records that I'd never heard before that were, hits from, a few years back. And that was brilliant. All this wealth of material just sitting there that I wouldn't have heard otherwise. It was mainly traditional music. This was my brother's main influence, Irish and English traditional music.
Style.
your background in dancing, Pete?
Well, I left school and wanted to become involved in dance, but had no qualifications, and saw this fantastic performance by Lindsay Kemp, a performance called Flowers.
This is a man who obviously influenced David Bowie quite a bit in his early career.
Yes, he did. I think he's influenced a lot of people.
And he has his new production of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yes. Yeah. And really, he started it all. He inspired me totally with the idea of movement. I'd never seen anything like it. He was totally brilliant, fantastic. He said so much and didn't say anything. You know, physically, he moved all the time without actually talking. And I started going to his classes, and it was a complete experience for me, and I just felt this was it, this was what I'd been looking for. So in order to be able to control my body, I went to other dance classes and eventually became more involved with the dance than mine, but really only because Lindsay wasn't around to teach anymore.
We know our lives so well. Said them so many times, time and time again. Mine and mine again. Ooh yeah, you're amazing. We think you're incredible. You say we're fantastic, but still we don't have the beat. Wow, 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 unbelievable.
So this is something that really all happened in your late teens and not something that you've been brought up on.
No. I'd always liked dance. My best friend at school was a very good dancer, but right from the word go, I hated the dance teacher. She was so strict, and it just affected me. I didn't want to be involved in it.
So you continue to apply yourself, I guess, quite stringently. I mean, here we are in a place where you do your dance. Are you largely self-taught now, in a way? I mean, do you pursue moves that you design for yourself and so on?
No, I don't think I'm self-taught at all. I'm totally influenced by all the various teachers over the years. And although, you know, I make up moves and things for the songs, when I'm actually dancing, I'm always being taught. I'm just not good enough, really, to be without a teacher to correct me.
I've seen your progression as a dancer and a singer, and I think, God, she does it all so well. And yet I sense that you have a level of dissatisfaction around your dance. Is that true?
Oh yes, absolutely. I think I have a level of dissatisfaction around everything I do, really. I don't think I'd want to keep doing it if I didn't. It's, in a way, it's the desire to try and actually do something that you're pleased with that keeps you motivated.
Do you mean that you are never totally satisfied with your work?
No, I don't think so, no.
Do you approach a level of satisfaction?
Yes, otherwise I don't think, well, I think I'd go crazy if there was no sense of accomplishing something. I think in a lot of ways, for me, a sense of